Voices community, you're in the right place if you're here for the luncheon. We are so excited to have you here. In a couple minutes, we're going to start, so just tune in, buckle up, get some water, whatever you need. You had breakfast yet? Stay fed. Welcome, y'all, to Taking Root, Powerful Voices 2021 Annual Luncheon. We are so hyped to be sharing space with y'all. My name is Jordan. I use she, her pronouns, and I am the Communications and Community Engagement Manager.
Yes. Hi, everyone. My name is Brooklyn. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm a participant here at Powerful Voices this year. I was a part of our pilot program, PV Radio, which you'll hear more about later. I'm so excited to be here with you all, and I would like to take a moment to do a practice we start all of our events with, which is a land and people acknowledgement. We acknowledge that we gather on land that was stolen from the Duwamish and Coast Salish people, who are the true stewards of this land. We acknowledge the sacrifices of indigenous Africans whose stolen labor was used to work this land. And we acknowledge the immigrant communities whose contributions continue to deepen and diversify the cultural fabric of the nation that occupies this land.
Thanks for opening up this space, Brooklyn. And remember that here in Seattle, we're on Coast Salish and Duwamish land, and you can pay real rent if you haven't already. Wow, so we are really excited to be celebrating the 20th annual luncheon today. Just in my time here, I've been at Powerful Voices for over 6 years now, and the luncheon has really changed and transformed. Notably, this is the second virtual luncheon, obviously. There's a panini happening, and we're so grateful for everyone's support and for showing up to yet another virtual event. Some COVID safety. We do take COVID protocols very seriously here at Powerful Voices. All of our staff members are vaccinated. Us two are vaccinated, which is why, and also tested negative and things like that, which is why we're unmasked. But also to be able to share community space with you in a transparent way. For Powerful Voices, this luncheon is more about raising funds for our programs, right? Although that is important, so please donate. I think there's like a link below. I feel like a YouTube influencer. And we encourage everyone to donate in meaningful ways, right? But this event really is about coming together as a community and sharing about the work that we're doing here at Powerful Voices, and for creating space, mostly, for the amazing youth leaders to share their power and their voices with all of us.
Yes, and we are so excited to start the program off with one of those youth leaders. Kusan Ash is a senior at Franklin High School. She loves to read, write, sleep, and eat. She's also the captain of her school's dance team, and we are so excited to have her back for the 2021 Annual Luncheon.
Hi, you guys. I'm Kusan, and I will be sharing my I'm sorry spoken word. I'm sorry that my dark brown skin does not appeal to your nature. I'm sorry that you can't see past the hundreds of years of systematic oppression. I'm sorry that my rise up and my stand up cannot keep you up. I'm sorry that my beauty and all its flaws cannot grant you your 1, 2, 3, 4 many wishes through the forcefulness of my body. I'm sorry that my ray of beautiful colors outshines your ray of darkness. I'm sorry that my flags do not cross into yours. I'm sorry that your way of pleasure does not captivate around the soul of my body. I'm sorry that my hair is the root of multicolored babies. I'm sorry that my womb cannot justify the strength that you have. I'm sorry. I'm sorry for being silently strong. I'm sorry for crying in the back like a shadow. I'm sorry for carrying the weight of not only my black brothers and sisters, but yours as well. I'm sorry. I'm sorry I continue to stand under pressure. I'm sorry for being sorry. I'm sorry for being me. I'm sorry for being Kusan Ash. I'm sorry for being tired of being sorry. I'm sorry because I am no longer sorry.
Yes! Yo, can we give it up for Kusan one more time? Yo, thank you so much, Kusan, for such a beautiful and powerful poem. And yes, don't be sorry. We're so grateful for you. Okay, and next, I have the absolute pleasure of introducing Powerful Voices Executive Director, Chimera. Chimera has worked in youth advocacy, developing intersectional strengths-based programs, and consulted with different organizations on racial equity, youth suicide prevention, trauma-informed practices, radical storytelling, healing justice, and creative facilitation, just to name a few. They were part of the Powerful Voices team earlier in their career and rejoined the staff as our programs director last year and is now our executive director. So please, please give it up for Chimera.
Thank you to our wonderful hosts, and thank you everyone for being here with us today on a Saturday, on this cloudy day that is now fall. We really appreciate you sharing space with us today. It's been about a year since our last fall luncheon where we highlighted what homecoming means to us during this time of social distancing. And I cannot stress enough how stretched and overwhelmed we all must feel as we continue to show up for our communities amidst a global crisis of epic proportions. Throughout this year, the Powerful Voices staff have been deeply reflective as we collectively process the ongoing impacts of the COVID-19 pandemic, increasing state violence against BIPOC communities, and the people that we love and we cherish in our lives, as well as the anti-Blackness and anti-Asian hate crimes that we have been experiencing and been witness to, missing and murdered Indigenous women, the genocide inflicted upon Indigenous children and their families by American boarding schools, and the toxic pursuit of capitalist wealth that threatens the very existence of our planet that we call home, and this is only a fraction of what we're all dealing with. At its root, oppression takes possession of our cultural roots, causing a traumatic separation between our sense of self and our familiars. Oppression systematically restructures our relationship to our own bodies in service of standards that alienate us from what makes us unique and precious. We are in constant fight to be authentic so that we don't lose our authentic selves in pursuit of a future where we can be ourselves. It's our roots that show us where we've been so that we know where we're going. Without our roots, we are directionless. So let me take a moment to tell you a little bit about my roots and how my roots have led me here to be with all of you and the wonderful people that are part of the Powerful Voices team. I'm originally from Tacoma, grew up in the historically Black Hilltop neighborhood. Whoop, whoop. It was the promise of a better education that brought me to Seattle as a teenager, and it was Black-led community organizing that compelled me to stay here. My roots led me to where I am today, as your roots have led you to where you are today, here with us. As we commit ourselves to dismantling all forms of oppression, system by system, what values, beliefs, lineages, and dreams are we rooting our movements in? And what needs to be uprooted in order to be in right relationship with one another as we sow fertile grounds for seeds of change to take root and grow? How do we show up for Black girls like Ma'Khia Bryant, who are forced to be brave every single day because they don't have the protection that they deserve? When will Black girls, brown girls, trans girls, non-binary girls just be able to just be and not always have to fight for survival? And that's the reason why Powerful Voices exists. That's why our mission is about creating brave spaces, but not just that. Not just encouraging girls of color to be brave, but co-creating spaces where they can be protected, centered, cherished, and nurtured. This next speaker I have the pleasure to introduce embodies what it means to be a powerful ally to powerful youth, such as the youth that you've had the pleasure of witnessing today. Over the past 4 years, she has grown to be a dynamic leader, and we are truly blessed to count her among our roots at Powerful Voices. And without further ado, please let me welcome Reina Enrique.
We love you, Reina. Yes, Reina.
Chimera, thank you so much for that powerfully beautiful introduction. I'm just really honored and grateful to be rooted in community with each of you, this lovely, dynamic community. So, on dark, chilly days like today, my Floridian bones question me. They ask, why aren't we home? It's dark, it's cold here. Thankfully, the warmth of being in community with each of you today helps settle this feeling a little bit. I've always conceptualized home as like this place where we come from, right? Like the communities that we're tied to and the ecosystems in which we develop. But recently, in reflecting on this luncheon theme, I've been thinking a lot about the theme of taking root. And I've concluded that, yeah, home is all of these things. And even more than that, home is a choice. 4 years ago, in the spring of 2017, I had just graduated from college, and I had all of these aspirations of moving abroad and starting a brand new life for myself. I was scheduled to move to Peru to do a service year, but suddenly my plans got canceled, and I felt destabilized. I felt not rooted to anything. And so with this feeling of being stuck, this feeling of not having a foundation, all I really wanted was to be connected to myself. I wanted a clear vision for my life, and also I wanted to be connected to community. A professor of mine had encouraged me to apply for AmeriCorps, and I decided to apply to just like have more experience while I figured out what is it that I want to do? Where do I want to be rooted? That first step brought me all the way to Seattle. I had never been on the West Coast in my life, and when I stepped off the plane with my 4 suitcases, I embarked on this journey of discovering my roots and my home here as a Powerful Choices AmeriCorps member. I will say, as a Floridian, that first year was rough. As a person that didn't own a rain jacket before moving here and only using an umbrella, that was quite taboo. And I didn't understand how to use the buses or the light rail. And yeah, any person that I would come in contact with, I'd let them know, like, after my service year is over, I'm headed out of Seattle. Obviously, 4 years later, not only am I still here in Seattle, I'm also still here at Powerful Voices. And I'm committed to fulfilling Powerful Voices' mission day after day. But one can't help but to wonder why, especially if I would complain so much, right? And I've also been in deep reflection too, like, why have I stayed in Seattle? Why do I choose Powerful Voices? And really the answer is clear for me. At Powerful Voices, you're given space. You're given space to ask questions. You're given space to like engage in deep introspection and to heal. Whether you serve as an adult ally, a program participant, a board member, or a staff member, everyone is in this Powerful Voices ecosystem, and we're all vital to each other. We're vital to each other and each other's growth. And once you enter our ecosystem, you're always going to remain connected. We see this interconnectedness in the way that our program participants come back from multiple programs. You know that they're important here. They know that they have value, and they are given a chance to look within themselves and appreciate and be appreciated for who they are at their core. And also, while they're doing this, at the same time, they're given valuable experiences and skills, like, in order to develop themselves further, that is going to serve them in their adulthood. And the same is true for me as a staff member. In my 4 years here, I've been given space to let my creativity lead me in creating really awesome pilot programs. Like, for example, Posted Up, where I was able to meet Kusan from earlier, and Powerful Voices Radio, where I got to know Brooklyn. So I've been able to gain and uncover so many talents within myself that have laid the foundations for me to take on a leadership role here at an organization that I care so much about. Everyone in our ecosystem is rooted together in active choice. We choose the mission. We choose community. We choose healing. And we choose us, and powerfully so at that. This truth is what helps make Powerful Voices both unique and important. Learning and growing in a community of folks committed to centering the joys and needs of Black and brown gender-expansive youth, and coming into work every day with comrades who share identities similar to mine. All of these things have given me a foundation. This is all what's rooted me in a sense of belonging and purpose. And don't get me wrong, on gray days like today, I still get that feeling from back in 2017 where I don't maybe feel connected to myself, or maybe my vision for what's next feels unclear. But that is the beauty of being rooted in the Powerful Voices community. When vision gets blurred, I have an ED who reminds me of this bigger, liberated picture that we're all coming together every day for. I have incredible people like our program specialist, Taylor, who regrounds me in the truth of my inherent worth to my community. And I have incredible youth like Kusan to remind me that both joy and ease are always possible. I've found a sense of home here. I am rooted in this community, and I choose it every day.
Thank you so much for sharing, Raina. It is so amazing to hear you speak and step further into your truth and power. I was a part of Raina's pilot program, PV Radio. I was able to build relationships and speak about topics I am passionate about, which was amazing. I absolutely loved it, and I'm so happy I could be a part of it. Raina is absolutely amazing, and I'm super excited to have her as our program director.
Yes.
Powerful Voices launched several other new programs this year as a part of our commitment to be responsive to the needs of our community. One of those programs was the Black Girls Create Summer Camp. We have the special gift of hearing directly from those participants and about the impact of the program and seeing some of their work. So let's play the video.
Is this your first time being part of an all-Black girl space, and what did it feel like to be a part of that?
Being in an all-Black girl space felt very comforting and really fun to be with people who look like me, and also getting to do things that kind of embody the culture. Living in Seattle and living with my parents, there's not really a deep connection to my ancestors' culture, even when I'm with grandparents and the rest of my extended family. So it was really fun to get to make the medicine beads and also watch the videos and learn about that.
It was different because I go to like a private school, and so I'm not really used to like being in an all-Black girl space, but it was really nice once I like got started, and even though I wasn't used to it, it was still like I felt like more comfortable and safer, and yeah, it was nice.
One thing that I learned in this program was that there are lots of people who are like me, and we could do completely normal things, and that kind of sounds weird because we can always do normal things, but it's okay if we're doing things where we've only seen white people doing, or people who don't look like us. So having that reassurance that we can do art as well, we can have our work be out in the world is really reassuring. And then the role of art in my life, I think, is to be able to express myself and also enjoy other people's, learn new techniques, and really look at the world differently, and everyday things like trees or the color of someone's house, because I feel like everyday things, what you're wearing can say a lot about you, and it's really important to be able to be creative.
Art brings to me so my dad's an artist, and so I definitely will do more art like with him. And it brings up, because I haven't like really painted or done like beading in a really long time, which is things that we did, which was really nice to do because I haven't done it in a long time.
What are some things you hope for your community of Black youth?
I hope that we can be inclusive and have a voice, like in the general public, so it's not just, you know, white kids talking or, you know, so everybody can have a bigger voice and we can talk about problems in our community and all over the world, just so everybody can feel like they're heard, because that is something that's really important, and getting to share our ideas with the world.
I hope that in the future we can do things without like being looked down, like frowned upon for them. If Black youth were less judged, there would probably be more Black youth being themselves and expressing themselves in a way that make them feel comfortable and just being their most authentic selves.
Yes, can we give some appreciation for Black Girls Create in the chat? Oh my gosh, and thank you so much to Taylor, who is the program specialist that completely created that program from scratch. Taylor, you're amazing, girl. Y'all, we're already nearing the end of our program, but I just want to remind everyone that you can donate through text, because technology. Text Powerful Voices, all one word, to 44321. So very simple, very easy. 44321. Or you can visit our website at powerfulvoices.org. All right. I am so excited to introduce one of our last speakers and our board treasurer, Kayla Lewis. Kayla has worked at Union Bank as a branch manager for the past several years. She joined the Powerful Voices board last year and was elected treasurer. And we just love Kayla on the board for her good humor and for her passion for girls' rights. Without further ado, Kayla Lewis.
Thank you so much, Jordan, for that amazing introduction. I hope I can live up to that. So as she said, my name is Kayla Lewis. I am on the board of directors for Powerful Voices and serve as the treasurer for the organization. Please bear with me, as this is my first time having the honor of presenting on our annual luncheon, so I want to make sure that I do it justice. So before I began at Powerful Voices, I've had a really interesting upbringing that I would like to share with you. So I have lived in, I have been homeless at one point in my life, have also been in the foster care system, and that has greatly shaped who I am as an adult today. In that time where I'm learning to adjust and grow as I'm a young girl in society, I didn't have the know-how to have the agency to speak on things that were affecting me in my life and the community around me. I've had to this day still have to dampen my voice to be able to acclimate to the society around me, and I feel that this organization helps magnify that voice for our youth. So that's why it's so important that we continue to give and cultivate and give to our community, and give to an organization that really cares, because it's not every day that a young girl gets to make it to accomplish her dreams. Sometimes it takes a helping hand like Powerful Voices to do so. So as me being working in banking, as Jordan had said, at one point in this speech, I will be asking you, each and every one of you, to donate and help support our mission and help move us forward. So it is absolutely crucial and important for us to do this work, because with the past year, it has been rough. And I want to take a moment now, really just to take a collective deep sigh, or a deep breath, because it's been tough. It feels good to face a lot of the things that we're dealing with, but sometimes we don't have the tools to do so. Sometimes we don't know where to go to share our voice, share our concerns, learn how to make change and create and cultivate the sustainable change that is so vital for us to move forward in society. I want to make sure that by the end of our luncheon today, that you understand how important and how much work and how much heart and soul we put into making this organization serve our youth. They are at the center of everything we do. Serving on this board in this past year and a half has really taught me a lot and has helped me grow as a person. And every interaction that the board has, it's not about the direction that we want to go or what we see. We are youth focused. We take the direction of our youth, and we use that and our staff to be able to move and create programs that will help move us forward. I have been on committee meetings, financial committee meetings. I've been on many board meetings. I've been on, we've had multiple options for our staff to join in and share their concerns, their voice. And as you see today, we have some of our youth even participating to move our message forward. So now is that time where I told you I'm going to ask you for a little bit of your help. We have the option for you to donate directly to Powerful Voices through powerfulvoices.org, or send that text to the chat number that Jordan had mentioned. So please help us grow and amplify those voices of our youth. Thank you.
Another round of appreciation for Kayla. And just like that, we are almost done. We were hoping to have Amina from Totem Star here with us today, but unfortunately she was unable to make it. But we still love and appreciate you. A little bit more about Totem Star. Their mission is to support a diverse community of young recording artists learning music and life skills through mentorship and meaningful relationship. Their work in the studio and on stage fosters new growth and collaboration, leadership, as well as self-identity.
All right, everyone. With that, we are at the end of the luncheon. Thank you so much for tuning in, for sharing your energy with us, and for making this event possible. I also want to share my really deep gratitude to the Powerful Voices community. This will be my last luncheon on staff. After 6 really beautiful, beautiful years, I'm going to be transitioning on. But as we know, as what Raina said, once you enter the Powerful Voices ecosystem, you never really leave. You're family forever, right? And so I'm just really grateful to have taken root here in my career at Powerful Voices, and just sharing so much love to each of you who are tuning in, who are supporting all of these incredible young folks, who are supporting our staff, our board members, and for fighting for change. And with that, we'll share some last gratitude for our amazing sponsors, the Bill and Melinda Gates Foundation, the YWCA, and Sea Creatures. And of course, a shout out to our incredible community partners. So thank you, Totem Star, New Flowers, The Station, Buna Buna Coffee, Quickie Twos in Tacoma, and Giuseppe's Italian Ristorante.
Yes, thank you to all of our performers for sharing your heart and vulnerability with us. Your work is powerful and important. And lastly, thank you to the board and staff for all your work and commitment to make sure Powerful Voices' mission is possible.
And thank you to my co-MC, Brooklyn. And also a big shout out to Aisha, who is the development manager at Powerful Voices, who put this entire thing together. Development folks are always behind the scenes. Please send her some love. And remember, you can donate by texting Powerful Voices, one word, to 44321. And visiting our website, which is linked in the description below the video. So thank you all so much. It's been wonderful being with you, and have a great Saturday. Yay. Bye. Yay.